the Daughters of Confederacy created the education system here. Did you know that? They literally made Africa so fucking small on the map, bro, compared to like every other nation. Africa could fit like, I think eight of the fucking continents, bro. Africa's huge. We have these white ones being like, these people came to us willingly and they sold us their land and they put down their bow and arrow. So I'm just saying, you know, America is a scam.
So Queen, and again, multiple consent. So if you take any offense with me calling you Queen, I will mute up for the rest of the fucking night and I'll just bounce.
I just hate the word Queen, man. Yeah, that's a high standard, you know. Sometimes I don't. Yeah.
And so I won't call you that anymore. But the reason I called you that is because everything you've said has met that high standard. And that's why I call you that. But I'm all about consent, and I will never call you that again, Pocket. I'm sorry.
Do you like Queen Elizabeth, man? I fucked with her back in the day, like when she was the young queen. Like I fucked with her cadence. I fucked with her, you know, energy. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you marry into the royal family, you gotta be a certain standard. And Diane just didn't hit it, man. And I just she's like, why didn't you fucking leave? What is going on? Like, to me, it just, I don't know, the word queen comes with, like, fucking murder and genocide and fucking control and take.
Yeah, why doesn't the King of England and his son, why don't they essentially, you know, deplatform the royalty and do away with the insanity?
You know what? You fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit, John. You tuck your penis between your legs. And you fucking listen to what this queen... I'm sorry, with this...
So reactive, Jeremy. You're so reactive.
Hold on. I'm just trying to respond to what Pocket was saying, and I will not call her a queen because she asked me not to. But she said something so...
Oh, no, she's a queen. Pockets is a queen because she's contributed to the campaign to elect candidate John. She's a queen.
Flowers. Like, how dare you, bro? I donated to you, John. What the fuck? Let me get my flowers. Shut up.
You're gonna get your reward because we're gonna get on that ballot in March, and there's a chance that we get into Congress, Pockets.
Did you sign the petition for the term limit bill that's on the floor?
I signed a term limits agreement, and the guy I'm running against also signed a term limits agreement, which he is now in violation of.
Wait. So,
can I ask you something? Because you're a politician in a failed democracy. And I'm sorry,
Sorry, Jeremy, we don't live in a democracy, you dummy. We live in a representative constitutional republic.
Yes, but we live in the best democracy.
I will talk. My good, go ahead.
Yeah, we have all the control. We're just fucking retarded. We have all the control to do what the fuck we want. If we want to run for office, we can fucking run for office. If we want to create a business, we can do that.
If we lived in a democracy, we never would have won World War II because the population wouldn't have voted to send hundreds of thousands of soldiers and go into austerity and rationing to go defeat the Nazis.
Yeah, we fucking did that shit. I'm proud of that shit.
Yeah, we did that shit with our hands tied behind our back. Too fucking easy when the Russians are dying in the millions.
John, your country, I'm a Canadian, your country moved off the gold standard in 1971. Which caused billionaires to own your fucking country and turn it into a failed democracy, right? You guys go to war at a drop of...
Listen, Jeremy, it's just your opinion that it's a democracy. It's a republic, stupid. Our Constitution gives us...
Finish? Oh, no, I can't, because I'm a Canadian who died in the thousands in Afghanistan because of your fucking interference.
Don't blame me. Blame George W. Bush and Dick Cheney.
You won't hear me because you're an American politician. So I'm just asking you, American politician, do you agree that American politicians on the left and the right who make $175,000 a year in salary, and the overwhelming majority, I'm talking like 90%, are multi-millionaires? And show me any other American who makes $175,000 a year and is a multi-millionaire. Then go off fucking mute, you fucking cock. Then tell me why the Democrats or the Republicans, you fucking pawn.
Okay, Jeremy, I don't know who you are or what you do for a living or where you live or why you think you're some type of subject matter expert on anything. You're going around with a Jesus PTR. You're a fucking atheist. You've wasted years of your life on this app talking about nothing. I'm just telling you, maybe listen to an audiobook, read a book, create something, do something with your life because you sound miserable.
I find him quite funny, to be honest. I've been laughing this whole time, which is the opposite of misery.
First of all, we don't live in a democracy, stupid. Our Constitution gives us a republican form of government. A republic means that if we don't like these billionaire cocksuckers manipulating everything, as a republic, it gives us the right to possibly be patriotic and usurp their manipulation. So, Jeremy, I don't know why you have this pessimistic, negative attitude. You're just a bitch. And your pussy must have grown in where your dick used to be. What happened to your dick? Did you ever even have one? Or were you born hermaphroditic? Are you sex gendered plus? Are you what they call on Hinge? Um, what is the term they use? I can't remember. Anyways, Jeremy, go ahead.
So, John, I'm going to treat you as if you're an American politician on whatever the fuck side. Because I genuinely don't give a fuck. I'm coming out here and saying that, hey, the American democracy has failed because you moved off the...
Dude, it's not a democracy. It's never been a democracy.
Brother, go ahead.
It's not a democracy. It's never been a democracy. And Democrats don't represent democracy. They represent a republic.
And I'm going to try to converse with you as an American, but I'm Canadian. So when you refute, when you're so tired of gobbling your Second Amendment dick that you can describe in detail how the Second Amendment tastes in your mouth, but you will abandon the First Amendment in a second to shut me the fuck up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to shut you the fuck up. You got your green bean little power there, and you hate our Second Amendment so much, which I'm so happy we have, so I can defend myself against basically traitors and terrorists and probably fascists like yourself. You sound to me like a cocksucker, like a fascist cocksucker who thinks he knows everything and that his shit don't stink. You're a fucking hypocrite. And we have our Second Amendment and our First Amendment to protect ourselves against cocksucker hypocrites. That's why we got it, Jeremy, because of cocksuckers like you.
You have your Second Amendment to protect yourself from the natives who you stole the land from. So you have them to thank for that, because they're the only people who you know might want what you took from them someday. And I'm really offended that didn't come up at the Secretary of Defense's speech today, because that's what made the American military what it is, that they know they started on a false premise. You just don't go and take people's land with bombs. It's like it's a self-destructing ideology.
Frederick, brilliant statement. Like, fucking brilliant statement.
You mean to tell me that the founding fathers put the Second Amendment in our charter?
Go ahead, you fucking Nazi enemy of the First Amendment who wants to...
Bro, the asshole cocksucker who calls people Nazis is generally the fucking Nazi in the room.
Go ahead, Nazi.
Okay, you're the Nazi because you're the one calling people Nazis. So, Frederick, the founding fathers and Jefferson, they didn't think about the Second Amendment in terms of taking land from Native Americans and having our rifles and our muskets to fight the Native Americans. It was to fight King George and the bastard Parliament that was eating out the substance of our people with unlawful laws and jurisprudence. We need weapons to be free. That's life, because there's cocksucking governments, world powers that would gladly watch you suffer and serve as slaves. That's why we got him. And if without our Second Amendment, without rifles, we never would have been able to kick those redcoats' asses into the curb in the gutter and make them run back to their little island crying like the little bitches that these little British cocksuckers are. Guys like Jeremy, where their pussies are growing and their penises fell off. This is why we have guns, to defend against asshole cocksuckers who claim other people are Nazis when Jeremy's the fucking Nazi. He sounds and speaks like a fucking fascist.
Can I say something? Can I say something, John and Frederick? And then Frederick, I agree with everything you said, but I just want to ask permission. John, can I say something really quick?
You're a fascist green bean whore. Go ahead, Jeremy.
So, what I'm saying is that Americans like John cock the Second Amendment in exchange for the leading cause of death of American kids being guns. And me, who think the First Amendment is so much more important than the Second Amendment, and I've muted up every time that John has interrupted me on this app tonight, and I will continue to do so.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, Jeremy, I don't know what year your penis fell off and your vagina grew in, but your rabid hate for America, everything American, as if Canadians are so superior. You stupid losers are prepared to put people in jail for posting memes and symbols and basically practicing freedom of speech and voicing opinion. You are going to put your fellow countrymen into jail for using their fucking cell phones to post memes which might be offensive to Indians, Muslims, Arabs, etc. You guys are the dumbest people, closest to America. Fucking Mexicans are smarter than the Canadians, okay? Mexicans have a decent sense of common sense, but Canadians are so far gone and so socially woke that your country you're fucked. And sooner or later, America's gonna have to take over Canada because of your mismanagement.
But Americans are the only ones stupid enough to try to make the point which you talked about with the British by dressing up as Native Americans. Like, you're that fucking stupid. Like, come on. Like,
you never been to a protest and got dressed up in a costume before? Come on.
And by the way, guys, I respect the First Amendment so much more than the Second Amendment that I will wait on mute until I'm given permission by this white American to speak. Go ahead.
Listen, Jeremy, you can play your little faggot games and try to be some kind of humble little bitch that you aren't. I've heard you on this stupid app for years and talking at apes, just rambling, talking about nothing with your position about America and your superiority in Canada. I've never heard you say anything interesting, anything intelligent. Jeremy, your whole time here on this app has been a complete and total waste of your time.
But it's funny.
I'll respond when you will grant me that, right? Because you don't give a fuck about.
This isn't a democracy. This is a republic. So grab your balls where your penis used to be. Go ahead. Speak up, Jeremy.
The thing about inmates is that we spend $80,000 a year or more on each inmate. So it's actually, like Jeremy pointed out earlier on, we afford our inmates a lot more rights and humane treatment than you do most of your citizens.
Well, welcome to the world of for-profit prison corporations where taxpayers get taken to the bank every single day. Don't blame the American taxpayer or voter. You can blame the corporations, the lobbyists, and the politicians, the corrupt congresspeople and senators that keep passing borrowing and spending to pay for these imprisonments.
With the money that was generated from the land that was stolen from the natives, right? Like in 1838.
You think the revenue from the stolen land of the Native Americans is going to pay for the imprisonment of millions of Americans? Frederick, it's 2025. You don't have to use a history hypnosis time machine on me. We can just stick to the facts now. Oh, green bean fascism, everybody. You're witnessing the green bean fascist, the hypocrite who says, I will mute up because I respect your First Amendment so much. Go ahead, green bean fascist.
So John, I'm gonna build bridges with you, brother. I've joined so many American and Zionist rooms lately, where when I speak up and I say things that I disagree, that they would disagree with me, immediately I'm in the goo. Immediately I'm kicked out of the room. My comments are deleted. Right. And John, have you noticed that I like all night tonight? I have not once used my beam.
Oh, you're right, but I'm just waiting for your green bean fascism to peek its head above the horizon and become the fascist that's inside your heart and inside your brain. It's coming.
John, there's nothing you can say that will force me to do that.
Okay, we're gonna find out. Ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna witness me drive this man insane. He's gonna admit that America's not a democracy, that we have a Republican form of government. And he's not gonna mute me, and he's not gonna put me in the goo because he's trying to build bridges with me, ladies and gentlemen.
So, John, can I demonstrate how Canadian I am?
Go ahead, get your hockey stick, get your hockey jersey, turn on your TV, lower your IQ. Oh!
You're a Christian. Wow.
Somebody's moved the room.
Unbelievable. I'll be right back in like an hour or so if you guys are still around. Okay, bye.
I'll probably be asleep, but
Because Andrew's friends are all insufferable. That's why.
Hi, Deepak. This is not.
Okay, this is called Somebody Boomed the Room. Who was it? Oh, it was me. Who boomed the room? Oh, it was me. Somebody boomed the room. So I don't know why these replays are on in public spaces. So weird. It doesn't get assigned to a house, apparently. Somebody boomed the room. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Somebody caught me booming the room. I was a booming in the room on a Wednesday. It wasn't me. Boomed the room on a Thursday. It wasn't me. And I boomed the room on a Friday. It wasn't me. I just cracked myself up. Nope, nobody wants to come. Oh, Mike Allen is here. Somebody boomed the room, Mike.
Bro, I was just about to come up to. I don't get what it is about that dude. Like, I don't want to talk about he's not here or whatever, but even all the Canadians, they do secretly sound like they're just pissed they're not Americans.
It's not. That's not what they're angry about. They're just angry, like anybody else, about being angry about anything. They're just making it up. Like, how could you be angry about America? It's the stupidest thing to get angry about. It's like, what? Am I gonna get angry about China? Am I gonna get angry about fucking Nigeria? It's like, dude, Jeremy, who the fuck are you, dude? Why do you do this every day? It's so pathetic.
What are you mad at us for? Like, literally.
He's angry about something in his life. He's not angry about, the United States of America, because these things are all just artificial, words. They mean nothing. People are people. So Jeremy's little temper tantrums it's more reflective on his state of mind. It's not even political. He's just pathetic.
It's weird. It's like I've said I have this theory thing where, like, in history when they radicalized people, like even like like the Bolsheviks and like the Soviet Union, and then you got the fucking Nazis, so to speak, and they were like radicalizing a population of people. They were radicalizing people that had like nothing, nothing. They had nothing. Here, they radicalized a bunch of fucking brats. Like here, Canada, England, like it's a bunch of fucking country club brats. And now they're like throwing a temper tantrum. We're just like, yo, shut up. Shut up. They're like, what are y'all mad about? It's crazy.
Well, I think this app proves that most people are very low IQ. And it also proves that people are very social. Hi, Pockets. But social communication has its limits in terms of like transformation. So I have this book on Kerkorian hypnosis, and it like goes into detail about how to create a state of hypnosis, and you can do conversational hypnosis. So the belief is that all communication is hypnosis, but most people are unaware of that. And so on this app, it's like fully automated because it's just people talking to each other, having conversations about, generally like timely stuff. Because you'll see a lot of rooms like, well, they'll discuss things before like it gets into the national consciousness and is mainstream media and all over the internet. So anyways, all I'm trying to say is that this app is a bucket of vomit and shit. And if you come here and think that bathing in a bucket of vomit and shit is a productive usage of your time, it's probably because you haven't figured out how to use your time productively.
Yeah, it is why, like, here, look, it's not even, there's like barely anybody on this app. If you really think about it, it's probably like maybe 80 to 100 some people. Because it's the same people all the time. Now, I know you can go find like all kinds of crazy people down there, but really, in reality, it's like the same people.
It is the same people. So what does that say about those same people? Are they neurotics?
Well, I don't know. Like, look, I'm on here a lot, but I do a lot of work at night to get ready for the next morning, right? Like, because I could have people waiting on me till I get all the shit done at 10, but I get all the information at like 7:30 at night. So I stay up and I get it all done. That way they get the shit at fucking 8 in the morning, and, I don't have a crazy morning, right? So I'm up at like, till late doing work and stuff. So I'm listening a lot. I barely go on stage unless I really, really want to. But god damn it, bro. Like, some of the stuff that people, like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. I know these kind of people exist, but it's weird. Like, they don't even understand.
Well, there's no point in listening to these people on this app anymore. That's the conclusion I've found, because
it's crazy.
I would rather listen to an audiobook than Steve Appel screaming at people for an hour. Like, what is the point of me listening to somebody screaming? It's a me problem.
I love the arguments, though, dude. I have a guilty pleasure where I go seek out some arguments sometimes.
They're very rare, though. Mostly, it's just people road raging and screaming at other people. And then you have people screaming at other people saying, "It's my turn to talk. You all been talking too much. It's my turn and I've got acts to be put in the queue." So, because people want the dopamine from the talk. That's talk therapy. Thus, it's part of conversational hypnosis. And, 1 out of every 100 conversations are of any value. Everything else is completely insignificant. And it's insane that people essentially interrupt their attention by listening to all of this friction and signal noise. This app is a total waste of time. There's no intelligence anymore. There is no intelligence on this app.
Well, it gets unfortunately drowned out because they're short conversations, right? I mean, even if a room's open for a long time or you're in there for a while, you're really spatting back and forth with only a couple people at a time. But like, they just get honestly, dude. The smart people get shunned. It's almost like they're like, no, and they'll kick them out. They'll fucking not want to talk to them. They'll take, you know what I found weird, John? I've never heard this argument tactic before. They'll take like a little thing that you say wrong and completely nullify the entire fucking point.
Yeah.
Like even like for example the immigrants or whatever, right? Just that alone, and I don't care what political side you're on, I don't care. But the immigrant thing, some people were like talking about how many immigrants came across, and someone will be like, "There's 15 million," and the point is about why we let all these immigrants across, and they're like, "Actually, it wasn't that much. So everything you're talking about is wrong. You're an idiot. Bye." It's like, well, hold on. Like, they take the dumbest thing to say that someone was wrong about, which they could be wrong. Fine. They're like, "Oh, this happened in 2008. They're like, "Nope, it happened in 2009. So you're an idiot. Everything you say is wrong. You're a liar." It's like, dude, they don't listen.
Well,
Like, they don't.
every room is an experiment, you know, and being the green bean or the creator of the room or being, you know, anybody want a mod? I gotta take the dog for a walk. You're like, oh, I'll mod for you. And then that person gets their little power trip. So it's literally the same pathetic people playing the same pathetic game over and over again because they haven't developed anything outside of this like fake artificial social reality, which is totally superficial. And I think it can be helpful for some people, you know, who are looking to develop communication skills. And there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of stutterers out there. And when people actually have to present, they do get nervous. So, in terms of practicing communication, this app can be useful for people, but mostly it's people who are trying to fill a void, which is like a depression in their life, meaning that they're not able to create enough natural dopamine uh, to make them content, or they just have no other viable option at the moment to create value. So, I've always filmed my experiences here because I think I try to bring value and there'd be no reason to come here unless I was recording, you know, my thoughts and other people's thoughts.
It is cool. Like, you could really do a social experiment based on how people are in the room. I know you don't see them in real life, and they're obviously just a voice, but it is kind of like wild. Like, there's like personality types, and if a certain personality type gets one, like you said, the green bean thing or whatever, like they act a certain way. And there's other personality types that don't, and they seem to. Those personality types seem to coincide with intellectual level. It's very strange. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that abuse the green bean because they're getting smoked or because they don't know what they're talking about or they're making shit up, just saying. I mean, literally.
Well, so this app is like,
they're always the ones that are like kicking people out. You know what I mean?
I have a friend who was like, "Hey, let's get drunk this weekend. Let's hang out. Let's have some drinks. Let's try to meet some ladies, and let's get drunk." And I'm like, I'm never drinking with you. In fact, I don't even want to ever see you again because like you bring no value to any meeting that we ever have. However, I would be willing to invite you to my clubhouse book club and you can participate. And he's like, "Well, what do you do in the book club?" I'm like, "You read a book to everybody for 10 minutes." Oh, that doesn't sound like a book club. And so what I'm saying is like if people like this is the thing about a green bean. It's like if people aren't willing to comply to what I want, what the goal is and what I want to achieve in the room, well then, you know, you could kick them. But most people want to be social. Um but damn, people are so pathetic and so petty and it's so much about the dopamine for that person and not about any real intelligence. It's just like let me peacock, you know? It's like are we not smarter than a fucking bird with feathers? It's like can we not actually try to achieve something on these conference calls? Can we not always bring high value intelligence to the conversation? Like, what is the point of being here? Are we just fucking birds in a tree chirping? Or
Right.
is that it? Like, that.
And you don't even have to be like smart or intelligent, so to speak, like where you can contribute like good things to every conversation and add value and facts and stuff and more knowledge for people. But some people that want to learn, when you get a hold of somebody who like is like genuinely interested in stuff you have to say and stuff you know about, it's fucking awesome. And they don't even necessarily have to be smart, but they get how to like what we were saying earlier, not conversate, but like socialize, I guess, or people that we're talking about people that are nervous sometimes. They don't know how to communicate. So when you get someone who might not be like quote unquote smart or know a bunch of this stuff about the topic, they still know how to communicate where they're still enjoyable for the talk. But then you get people that just want to fucking be weird, like the Jeremy guy, bro, like, or other people like. I mean, it's really the Democrats, dude. Sorry, I hate to say it, but they're so fucking annoying. But like, they just say things just because they want to hear themselves talk. Like you said, they want the dopamine. They want to hear, and they want to say this and hear what people say about it.
Yeah.
They want to like be what's the word, validated or whatever, right?
They want feedback, which is like confirmation bias and dopamine reinforcement.
Yeah, right or wrong, they don't care. They just want someone to respond to them.
It's true. It's like, what's the point of having AI when you can just come onto a free conference call to get the same dopamine? So that's why I say AI is like Dubai. It's all hype because many people have yet to discover live, real time conversations where anybody, because a lot of people just come on here and they say, "What's the weather like in Los Angeles?" They're just using people to do Google queries for them. That's the app, dude.
I do like when I talk to the truckers sometimes, or I'm in a room with there are a couple rooms that are pretty cool, right? Like, I don't know if you ever come across Lex or Noble. Lex and Noble run a good room. They don't ever let it get out of hand. They let people talk. I like Lex and Noble. Don't necessarily agree with everything they say, but they're cool, right? They run a good room.
Content. When people play content, that you may miss, that is on other platforms, like, that's useful. But honestly, there's like no speakers here that I think really, because I've heard the same speakers too many times, where I'm like, I can't keep listening to people on this app. I have to.
It's all the same people. Like it's become like click. You know what I mean? Like they're all there's certain people in certain groups now. They've all kind of like shifted now.
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody's reading a book, so all they can do is say the same things that they've always said, and that's what they do. It's pointless.
Yeah, and like they'll sit there like six of them or seven of them will wait for another person to come in that disagrees, and they'll all jump on that person, and then they'll just sit there and then pick each other's noses until another person happens to show up that disagrees, and they'll do the exact same argument. They'll all say the exact same thing over and over and over again.
People are lonely. That's what it's got to be. If people had, a lover, a spouse, kids, like they wouldn't be able to come here and give this app and these conversations their full attention. So,
well, like the Jeremy guy, right? Like I've heard of some of the I've battled him a bunch of times, dude, because he's such a fucking idiot. And I was literally just about to come up when the room got boomed when you were talking about selling America or stolen America. So I was gonna come up when that other fucking weirdo was trying to say some dumb shit too. But like they're so wrong with Jeremy. How many times have you heard Jeremy be like, "Failed democracy"? He says it over and over and over again, and no matter how many times thousands of people are like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" He just keeps saying it. It's weird as fuck. And there's so many people on here that do that. They'll just say it, and we're like, "What?" And then we'll show them that they're wrong, and then they'll just say it again. You're like, "What?" It's fucking weird.
See, he's Canadian, but there's no difference between an American liberal and a Canadian liberal. The liberal is the same. So Canada and America are really so technically similar, like, as opposed to dissimilar. I mean, you can't even tell the difference between an American and a Canadian. And all of our best comedians are all Canadians. So
yeah, I always looked at them as Americans, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Oh yeah, you're Canadian, huh?" Or even if I'd find out that someone's Canadian, I'm like, "Oh no shit, okay, cool." Like, I never really thought of it as different countries.
See, Canada has the better deal. Like, I don't know what the average, net worth is, like, per capita, but I would be willing to bet that, like, Canadians are way, on average, way better off than Americans because they have such a smaller population.
Yeah, there's like no people.
So they got all the resources. They got no room to complain about anything, and they're fucking themselves over with their mass immigration. And they don't have a gun violence because they don't have guns, right?
They're a bunch of softies, bro.
Yeah.
Bunch of softies. And by the way, they haven't won a Stanley Cup in fucking forever.
I mean, who nobody, when people travel, like, they always used to say, just tell people you're Canadian, because, like, nobody has anything against Canadians. But I mean, they went to Afghanistan, they went to Iraq, they went, they go all around the world. They are part of NATO, right?
Yeah, I looked it up. I mean, that's fine. I mean, cool. I appreciate you guys helping us. We got our fucking Twin Towers attacked. Thanks a lot. You know, I mean, that's another thing I was gonna say, Jeremy. How many times Canada been attacked, buddy? Fucking, we had Pearl Harbor. They fucking attacked us. Fucking Germany had that Tom something in New Jersey bombing where they blew up the fucking shipyard. We had fucking the Twin Towers, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Well, they're lucky. They got a good deal.
I looked at the soldiers. They sent I think it was 5,000 to 8,000, and only 2,000 went into combat.
Dude, they got a great thing going, and you know, I don't have anything against anybody, but I just like to rip on Jeremy because he is such a prickly pear, and so obnoxious that any chance I get to try to punch that guy in the stomach, in the face, I go for it. I'm not holding back with that
Well, that's
guy.
what it is. It's that arrogant thing. He's so smug about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just so fucking smug about it, and it's just dude, you're such a. I wish you knew how you sounded.
It's dude, can you read me something? Talk about something else? Dude, what's wrong with you? Who are you?
Oh, white American, why don't you guys go shoot some people? Dude, shut up. Shut up. The fucking, no, you guys shoot a bunch of schools? Bro, look, yeah, one school shooting is too many. It's fucking horrible. I don't understand why these fucking nut jobs are doing this shit, right? But do you know how insignificant? You know, elementary school, middle schools, and high schools in America. You know how many there are? You know how many days of school there are in a year? We're talking about 0.000000000% chance you have to have a school shooting. Zero. Think about it. It's crazy. There's how is it? 200, 300,000 schools probably? And every day they have a school day. And there's 120 something school days a year. So we're talking what are we talking about? There might be one school shooting within 7 million school days.
It doesn't matter what Jeremy's arguments are. He, as a human, as a man, is a punk bitch. And that's just as far as it goes. It wouldn't matter if he had the greatest stats, the greatest analysis and interpretation. His presentation is what sucks. Because Jeremy sucks.
You ever, I say this sometimes, John. Do you ever, talk to some dude who you can tell, bro, you've never been punched. You just need to get punched. You just never, I bet you've never just been stuck, bro. You probably walked around.
I got stuck. I got stuck by a black guy on the street.
You know what I'm saying? But Jeremy, I bet Jeremy's a guy. I bet he's never even been punched, bro. He's so fucking smug. He thinks that he's,
No way. I'd be willing to bet that he's got, if we ever talk to him again, I guarantee you, I'll bet you $1 that punk bitch has been punched in the face. That attitude in a bar in Canada after enough beers, somebody's plugged him. Somebody has plugged Jeremy with. Somebody hurt him. That's why he's here, because he's afraid of love.
Bring Notorious up.
He's on the run from love.
Notorious.
You don't hear a girl in Jeremy's background saying, "Jeremy, come to bed, honey." And Jeremy's, "Oh, all right, everybody, my wife, my girlfriend, she's calling me to bed, so have a good night, everybody." No, you never heard Jeremy say that. You just heard him whispering with talking apes all night long about racism and how Americans are so evil and everything. He's deranged, dude.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo. What's up, Notorious? Notorious knows exactly what we're talking about. Not the Jeremy thing, but Notorious knows exactly what we were talking about.
Notorious.
People just get on here. It's almost kind of fascinating sometimes, though. Because you hear how they'll echo each other, but they don't know what they're saying, and it doesn't. You could it's so crazy. And they're on source, and you show them the source. Prove it. Here's why. You tell them everything, and then they say the same fucking thing 5 minutes later, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? It's crazy. And you're right, they're just saying it just to get the dopamine, I guess. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Nuts, bro. When you run into a room where there's 6 people that are all on the same page, doesn't matter what the conversation is about, 6 or 7 of them all on the same page, it's fucking wild. It's they all find each other.
Well, I've recorded this app so many times. that every time I hear stuff now, I'm just like, don't do it. Don't even listen. It's because I know that I could listen to audiobooks and really take in that wisdom and that programming. And when I compare it to listening to Clown House, I'm like, I would be the dumbest person in the world to keep listening to Clubhouse. Because it's not going to take you anywhere. It's not going to transform your life in the slightest. So the social value or the networking aspect of this app is also zero. So I'm not saying that this app can't create value, because it's only valuable if the conversation is highly intelligent and there's intelligence in the conversation. So
I've learned things from this app, but never about. Well, I wouldn't say not the political thing. But I've only learned like like stuff about like the intricacies of like a certain bill, or like have someone read some shit, whatever, right? But I've learned the
yeah, but
most
they had to
about.
read it. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, no. I'm saying like breaking down, like we're talking about a bill and like some shit that like, all right, I might not ever go look at it, but someone will like go and while like two people are talking, someone else will go and fucking look it up and then bang, read it out.
Well, then that's goes back to what I'm saying, is the only way to bring intelligence into this app is to bring outside material and read it, because
Right. That's what I'm
everybody's
saying.
spoken word,
Sometimes
you've already heard it.
like it'll be like a person that's not even in the little back and forth, and they'll just like provide clarity, and that's where it's like kind of cool, right? And that's really the only stuff that I would say I learned through like Paul. Like my political view has never changed in this, but I have learned shit. You'll stumble into like a spirituality room, or people are talking about like ancient shit, or people are talking about even religion sometimes.
Go ahead,
like,
tell me, give me an example of one thing you've learned that's of high value. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Of high value. Well, I learned the difference between a Hebrew Israelite and a Jewish person. That never made sense to me.
That's one of the top things you've learned on this app.
No, hold on. Let me hold
Think
on,
about
bro.
it. Think about it before you
I've
answer.
learned, I mean, ancient Egypt. I didn't know much. I knew a lot about it, but I got to bounce ideas off of people and it kind of filled in blanks.
You're
Stuff
rapidly
stuff.
failing, Mike. You're rapidly failing this question.
Hold on.
The only correct answer is no one has ever learned anything about anything on this app ever. Never.
That's not true at all.
Nope. I've never learned anything other than just how toxic people are, how obnoxious people are, how petty people are, how stupid people are. But in terms of learning anything of high value, other than what I have brought into this app from books, I've never heard anything of high value. Sorry, Mike Allen. It's just my opinion.
Huh. No, that's not true. No, the stuff. I mean, look, I don't know whether or not the stuff that I guess would be quote unquote learned would be, I guess, true. I guess I've been taking down certain rabbit holes because of it. Like the whole thing about ancient America and this whole like, you ever hear the Black Americans talk about how they're the indigenous? I don't think they use the word indigenous. Whatever. The true Americans, right? Which is fucking fascinating to me because I don't give a shit who was here first. I just want to know. Like it pisses me off that like the country I'm from, I don't get to know my ancient history of this country. Like everywhere else in the fucking world had a fucking ancient history except for this place. Like get the fuck out of here. I just want to know who was here. I don't give a shit who it was. I loved it. Like it doesn't. And to be honest with you, it doesn't even matter who the original people were in this land because this is the land I was born on too. So the one thing that we're gonna have in common is that I love it just as much as they do. So I like whatever. I don't give a fuck. I just want to know. But it's fascinating. Like when you stumble into some of the rooms, like they got a lot.
Okay, but like based on all the hours you've spent on this app, you got like one sentence saying that is something I found interesting, or that is something that I learned something of high value. But the truth is, when you compare all the time spent to get that one little morsel nugget, you still truly have not learned anything of high intelligence.
Well, I've learned who I could, because I've had questions, right? I remember who, I remember who's in certain rooms, and I'll watch people listen to them talk, and listen to people go around the room, and I'll know who if I want to go direct a question to if I have a question about something. So then if I come back and I see them on, and I'm in the mood to talk, and I wanted them, and I remembered it, I'll go in there and I'll direct a question at them, just certain shit. Learn about like the ancient people. You're like the Tartarian stuff. That's not ancient. Tartarian is very recent, but like that kind of shit, I'm mad interested in. I haven't like learned. I guess I would have. I mean, again, it's not stuff.
Okay, I mean, I could talk to you about Star Wars. I could talk to you about X-Men, but that's the same type of fiction. I hate to break the news to you. Like, do you want to talk about comic books Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.? Are you a comic book, enthusiast?
No, nor am I a historian.
Got it. So again, I just go back that this app is pure garbage. It's a bunch of basically neurotics. People because a lot of it is what you give it.
John.
This is a projection, but this could be still an accurate critique. And so all I'm saying is that like for the past few days, I have been playing the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu and the Dhammapada, the sayings of the Buddha. And in that week or those days of listening, every sentence is of high value information. And so when
But they would get torn apart on Clubhouse.
that audiobook, I've read the
No,
book.
not the audiobook. The people who wrote it, they would get torn apart.
No, they wouldn't get torn apart. What are you talking about? Lao Tzu is
they would get destroyed.
standing the test of time. So, anyways, all I'm trying to say is that I have another Clubhouse room open called Clubhouse Garbage Can. And I boomed Jeremy's room because as soon as that F word said, "Oh, let me show you how magnanimous I am," and then he modded me, I was like, great, now I'm going to boom your stupid room. So that was me. I boomed Jeremy's room. Somebody boomed it. It was me. I also have another room called Clubhouse Garbage Can where this is me taking all of my Clubhouse garbage and throwing it into another Clubhouse Garbage Can room. So anyways, somebody boomed the room.
Are you a nihilist, John?
A nihilist, like from the movie The Big Lebowski?
Yeah, like in that, yeah. Aren't you, like really, they don't give a shit about everything. They're just like whatever.
What do you mean they like
Everything
lingonberry
sucks.
pancakes? Who doesn't like lingonberry pancakes?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, I'll get you a toe. give me 3 days. I'll get you a toe. I'll get you a finger.
That poor girl, that poor slut, kidnapped herself. Such a great movie, bro.
I know. I was. Actually, if you look at it, it's actually a hypnosis film because what it does is it calms you down, brings you into luxury, has a very positive vibration, and
Doesn't make you think. It's honestly about nothing. The movie's really about nothing.
well, it's a comedy first and foremost, and anyways, it's a relaxing film because it's got music, it's got great visuals. The dude is always, chasing a buzz, and it's got a lot of characters. Every character is, very unique, and they even have the Big Lebowski festival every year. Did you ever see that?
Yeah. Are they still doing it?
Probably, and people buy that stupid jacket that he has. That's like a popular clothing item.
Yeah, the fucking it's like a blanket.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a great movie, bro. It's such a people don't understand how so great it is. It's so great.
It's not that great.
The writing is so good. Like even when John Turtletop or whatever, when he's put this gun up your feet, squeeze the trigger until it goes click or whatever, and he says the word, he's like, Jesus. He's like, that's right, man, because his name's Jesus, but he's not calling his name out. He's saying, how like when you get surprised about something, you're like, Jesus Christ. He's like, Jesus. He's like, that's right, I'm the fucking Jesus. It's so fucking great, bro. It's so good, dude. I told that crowd I don't roll on Shabbos. It's so fucking great. What's the name? What's the name? Buckholzer. I told that fucking crowd. And then he's arguing with the dude who's like, Donnie, Shabbos is. It's so fucking great. You want to know what the best part of the movie is that no one ever mentions? You ready for this? Do you remember when he's at Jackie Treehorn's house and Jackie Treehorn gets the call, and he's writing something down on the paper, and then he hangs the phone up, and the dude runs over there and puts another piece of paper on top of the pad, and does like the pencil thing so he can get like an outline of what he was writing down, and it's a giant fucking dick. And his face, the dude's face is so fucking funny, bro. Oh man, it's fucking hilarious. That part was so funny to me. Oh wait, didn't she take his sperm? Remember? Took his sperm at the end.
Remember when he fucks Maud and she's like, "Tell me about yourself, Jeffrey." And he's like, "Well, I was part of the Radical Six or whatever. We wrote the Port Huron statement. So I went on eBay and I typed in Port Huron statement. And I bought like the original copy of the Port Huron statement, which is like some student, revolutionary group or something. It's kind of interesting, to see what he claims that he wrote.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
Isn't that funny?
Why? She's like rolling back and forth with her legs up.
Yeah.
Make it
What are you doing? And she's like, it helps with the fertility or the insemination. Ooh.
It's a hell of a Caucasian, Jackie.
The dude never wanted to hurt anybody. The dude just wanted.
Bro, he's like, dude, I'm not fucking Lebowski, bro. I'm the dude. When he walks in there and he fucking, how's the meeting go? Oh, it's great. Told me I can take any rug in the house.
The deadbeat
You're
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
The deadbeat Lebowski.
You're Lebowski. When he nails the board goes down.
Yeah, even, what's amazing is like so many people are dead, that like, even at 42, I'm just like, damn, I'm like, I'm lucky that I made it to 42. If you make it to 60, if you make it to 80, if you make it to 100, you're just like, can't believe I made it this long. Because when you look at the life of like all these well-known faces, like Brant, his butler, who was played by, what's his face, who, passed on. So,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
yeah. Goner.
He was fucking awesome.
It's Sandra calling about the Biennale. Oh, Dime-san. He's a good man and thorough. Funny movie.
It's such a great movie, bro. Such a
See,
great fucking movie.
like, how do you compare that to all these stupid CGI films, which like has no characters? It's not a fun, like, memorable film. Like these CGI films are just all this. It's just like watching a computer video game. And so when
There's some good movies out. But dude, that movie is so fucking great, bro.
what's cool is if you just go on YouTube and you type in like Ultron quotes and you just listen to like 15 minutes of Ultron talking, like that's a really cool script.
What the fuck is Ultron?
From Avengers.
Yeah, I don't know much about that shit. I like watching them because they're kind of cool. I like watching the ones that I had the toys of when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Well, what I'm saying is the movies suck, but the compression of the main character and that character's scripts are what's an interesting analysis. Because if you listen to what Thanos says, if you listen to what Ultron says, if you listen to what Bane says, there's a philosophy mixed into what they're saying. So it's an interesting, because it's like watching the Thanos movie, the Ultron movie, the Bane movie, because like, we have to put everything with a positive spin, but that's the cool thing about YouTube is people create these, compression mashups. It's the same thing with Tony Soprano. You can listen to Tony Soprano, like only Tony speak for, 30 minutes for an hour. And when you analyze what they're saying, it's a much more interesting way to hyper focus on that character's, you know, scripts. It's interesting.
Totally. I did hear that there's like a I guess a fan. I don't even know if it's a fan theory or whatever. Just someone said what I guess, but all of the Marvel movies, like the whole timeline of it, is like talks secretly telling you about how the whole like world's gonna end and like how the whole it's all about like how the fucking I don't know, it's something weird. Like it's telling you
Dude, the world's not gonna end, man. The only thing that's gonna end is you, is me. Like, but this shit has been going on for thousands of years, and it's not gonna stop. There's nothing new. Like, we just give birth. The Earth is peopling, and we just keep having babies. Like, the whole universe is set up to baby. I'm 42. I got no kids. Like, I should have had kids in my mid 20s, but that didn't happen. So there's a good chance that I don't have kids. You know.
yeah, I got 3 girls. Fucking it's awesome.
Yeah, this guy on this app, I was like, have you ever had like, an enlightenment? Have you ever had like a spiritual awakening? He's like, probably when I had my first kid and I was responsible for, taking care of that baby. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
Changed everything, bro. It is so cool. I'll never understand like dads who don't want to be like it's so fucking cool. In like 18 months, like a year and a half to like 3, that little time frame right there is so fucking awesome, bro. Like it's such a great age, that little age right there. My youngest is 7, so like I take full advantage of it. This is gonna be my last one. But even like carrying her up the stairs while she's sleeping, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when my oldest 2 were young, because they're only 2 years apart, they would come and lay like climb in the bed with me and my wife. My wife would hate it, and like at first, yeah, it sucks and shit, but the girls want to sleep there. But then like it got to the point to where I didn't want to stop because then I knew it was gonna stop eventually. And sure enough, right? Like now I'm like, damn, you remember when they used to climb bed? They're tiny. It's fucking awesome, you know. The girls would climb bed, they snuggle up to mommy, and the other ones snuggle up to my back, and then we're laying there, and they're both in the middle of us, and they're like, it's like the safest place in the world for them. You know what I mean? It's just cool, like picking up your kid, just shit like that, watching them grow, watching them learn shit. It's fucking awesome. But you're right. It's just a cycle, and it's very minuscule. Like if you think about it, our time on here is like so fucking quick. If you really think about it.
I know, you only have so many thousands of hours to live your life, and people will come on here and
I
just...
heard one time, did you know that you only get, like, if you live to be like 80, I think it was 80, might have been 85, whatever, let's call it 80. They're like, if you live to be 80, you only get 3,000 Saturdays. I was like, holy shit. Like, seriously, think about that.
Yeah.
And I did the math, and I was like, what the fuck? You only get if you live to be 80, you get 3,000 Saturdays.
Well, it's 52 times 80, which is like over 4,000. But anyways, I'm just saying that, like,
maybe it was 85. Maybe it was 85, and the number was maybe it was 7. I don't know. No,
well,
hold on.
The thing. Oh, so this is the important thing about Clubhouse.
52 weeks in a year
times 80 years. So 4,000 something.
All right, whatever. 4,000 Saturdays doesn't fucking change.
Anyways, this is the important.
Isn't that wild though? Think about that. You only get 4,000 Saturdays.
I know, but what are people actually doing every single day? Most people aren't aware of this, but what we're all really doing is curating sounds and emitting sounds and creating sounds. So there is this whole...
I would use the word frequency, but yes.
Yeah, but there's this whole aspect to life where your success, your splendor, or your kingdom, or your joy, or your prosperity, etc., is tied completely to the sounds that you have put inside your brain or listen to, and the sounds that you're able to create and produce. And, so it's hypnosis. You are programming yourself with sounds, and every successful individual is essentially his job or her job is to program and condition with suggestion to people around them for persuasion and influence. It's called like the cognitive theory or persuasion theory. And that's what people are practicing on this app. I'm trying to do it in the real world politically, but many people are just amateurs and they've never taken their experiment outside of this app because either they don't want to and they like the closed environment, um, or whatever somebody's goal is, they may not be aware of what their goal is, but they're practicing communication. But a lot of people are just road raging here, and so therefore they're frustrated. They have no real goal, and they're using this as the talk therapy because of the catastrophe in their personal life, whether it's a divorce.
Yeah, I notice that sometimes people don't have an outlet.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking pissed off about some shit they have no one to yell at, so they can fucking come out here and pick a fight. They just find some weird reason to start yelling at people.
It's so annoying though. It's like, okay, it goes back to sounds. Like how are you gonna persuade and influence people by creating, road rage and screaming and making people, want to, regret listening to your toxic spraying of your words. So I'm just saying, to me, like, I had that breakthrough. I was like, wow, sound is so important. That,
Big time.
going back to the 4,000 Saturdays, it's like, no way am I going to listen to this guy. Like, immediately turn the volume down, immediately put the audiobook on. It's like, nope, not gonna listen to you.
Yeah. All right, well, on that note, brother, have a good one.
I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm trying to enlighten you.
No, I'm just gonna fucking. So it's 3. I don't know where you are, but it's 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I know it's true. Okay, have a good night. God bless.
Hey, don't hold out for the credence.
What's that smell? Oh God, what's that smell? Well, the homeless person.
Briefcase, work papers. Where do you work? I'm unemployed. Later, dude.
Okay, bye.
And it shows that your conscious intention to do something is in some way slower than your actual brain getting ready to do something. So at the very least, it shows that your conscious awareness lags behind your actual brain cognition. And that's kind of weird, because if you would think we have free will, it should be like isomorphic. It should be happening at the time that it happens, but it's not. So yeah.
Abe, are you...
That's obviously wrong, but I'll let Ali respond.
Hold on a second. So wouldn't one would expect to be some delays in terms of the neuron activities based on a given command from someone to move or don't move your hand until it realizes actually for the hand to move. So I've always had difficulties with this experiment a little bit, just because I don't know how much has been accounted for the delay aspect of it, the readiness, and then the action. It's almost impossible to imagine that they happen simultaneously. Readiness in the brain, activating certain nerves to do something with the hand. There must be a delay there. It cannot be spontaneous, could it?
Well, that's what's interesting, Ollie. I don't see how it couldn't have some type of delay either, but that's because we live in a deterministic universe. So
It's okay. This is so stupid.
Yeah. Pompey has fled. Why would Pompey flee? You boys were too fast for him. Couldn't raise his armies quick enough. Him and his men are retreating south. How much do you want for the girl? For sale. What's in the wagon? Right. Show us, soldier. There's no soldiers here. Why would 9 good soldiers be guarding a grain wagon? I don't have to show you nothing. Let's go back and see what's in that wagon. Let's try that girl. Not our concern. Follow orders, advance until resistance is met. But that poor girl. You do your duty. You are a mean bastard. That's your problem. No love in you. You can talk sweet as you like to Ivy. Won't do you any good. She won't believe a word. Oh, Caesar's man. Yeah. Why couldn't you just leave me to do my work in peace? You're a killer. I catch killers. So do I. I caught you. I'm not a killer. You are. That's why you've always known what I am. That's why you have more officer-related shootings than anybody else. Only I don't fuck with you when you shoot somebody. Why couldn't you pay me the same professional courtesy? There's nothing professional about what you do. I kill when I have to. On the job. It's okay to take a life as long as you get a paycheck for it. The city pays me to keep the law. My code requires a higher standard of proof than your city's laws. At zero cost for the taxpayer? You ask me, I'm a bargain. That's enough bullshit, Morgan. Let's get this over with. Either kill me or set me free. What's it gonna be? I actually think you'd like it if I killed you just to prove your point. Morgan, you gotta choose. No, I need to go home. I've got FBI guards standing outside my door right now to protect me from you. What's it gonna be, Morgan? You only have 2 choices, Morgan. You can't fucking ignore me. Why couldn't you just leave me to...
These boots are made for adventure.
Why do they spray water on high-speed trains in China? In China, water is periodically sprayed on high-speed trains to prevent overheating, reduce static electricity, and protect against dust buildup that can affect aerodynamics, especially in cold climates. This process also helps prevent ice formation, ensuring a safer and more efficient ride. Why do they... The man was completely shocked because his friend was walking towards a...
I'm gonna do a Mrs. Doubtfire, but with football. Who is that guy?
It's like...
Because, for example, right, I got family, right? They be out in Toronto, right? I've got family in Scarborough, clear?
Yeah, but Scarborough's not that big, but...
Where do you think you're going? You can't come this way.
What are you doing to the street?
We're fixing it. What the hell does it look like?
2 days ago was fine. You telling me the street fell apart in 2 days?
Well, I guess so.
You're not gonna hold us hostage here with these yellow lights and all these big trucks.
Look, I'm just here to keep people from falling in, that's all.
I'll give you something to fix.
Oh, Jesus, man, what the... Here! What are you... Come on, please, man!
Gotta pull that thing off.
What thing?
That thing. Pull it off and then pull on both ends. The whole thing gets bigger.
Like this?
Yeah. Now flip that thing up. It's kind of like your hammer. Hey man, what's the name of the movie?
Huh?
What's the name of the movie you're making?
Under construction.
Man, where's the cameras?
The camera's right. Just stand back. What do I do now?
Well, just look at the camera. What
prisoners secretly hid an old newspaper. The food given to them was only boiled potato water. Strong prisoners often stole food from the weak. This prisoner often looked around during work, trying to see the outside world. He wanted to escape from this hell, but it was only a dream. He crushed that desire inside himself. One day, an old prisoner was talking while working. A cruel guard noticed it and killed him instantly. Dead bodies here were never even given a coffin. Every morning, the prisoners were forced to wake up early. They only got 4 hours of sleep, half asleep. They walked straight to their work like ghosts. One prisoner once entered an officer's house under the excuse of cleaning. There he found some apples and stole a few. Later, he gave those apples to a small boy prisoner. But the guard saw everything and dragged all 3 of them out. For punishment, they were lined up. One man was told to balance an apple on his head. As soon as he did, a German soldier blew his brains out. Then another was told to do the same. But instead of placing it, he ate the apple. The soldier raised his gun to shoot him at that moment. The young boy shouted that it was his fault he had stolen the apples. So the boy was sentenced to 100 lashes. His back was torn open and his clothes turned red with blood. One prisoner was counting each lash, but he couldn't bear to watch. The boy endured the whole night in unbearable pain. Pain deeper than anything life could give. The next day, a German threw a piece of food on the ground. 2 prisoners jumped at it and fought each other. As punishment, the guards forced them to slap one another. One fell down, and the one still standing was ordered to fight another prisoner. That prisoner struck first, but the other died. Furious. The German soldier tried to hit him himself, but even he failed seeing this. The first prisoner attacked, but their captain stopped him. The captain decided to face the prisoner alone. They stood face to face, but strangely, the captain couldn't even touch him. At last, with a single punch, the prisoner broke his jaw. The captain was shocked. For the first time, he realized there was something truly different about this man. Prisoners secretly hid an old newspaper.
So the neighbors called the Germans made this new arrival.
This is a $1 million remote control plane. Just watch this. It has a real engine, and your dog can use it for his Hawaii trip. Don't worry, it even comes with dog-sized sunglasses and free peanuts on board. Subscribe, and I'll...
This is how workers in China fix a broken underground pipe without turning off the whole water system. First, they place a special cover or clamp around the pipe. Then, they pour liquid nitrogen or dry ice into a box that surrounds part of the pipe. The extreme cold freezes the water inside, creating a solid ice block that stops the flow. Once the water is frozen and held in place, the workers can safely cut and repair the pipe. This is how workers in China, from a plumbing family...
Hey, Duke, you got a piss? Jesus. Okay, Dookie. Get rid of him. Head back, Dookie. I gotta talk to these guys. Say nothing. No matter what happens. He never sees this. Hey, Duke, you got a piss? Jesus.
Yo, Ed, what's this mess, man?
So cute.
Tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink. Whatever, man, just keep bringing me that. And what did I say, man? This guy can cook. You're right, man. You're all right. We're gonna make a lot of money together. Jacks coming. Uh-oh.
Why raise a house instead of just adding another floor on top? The technique, called house jacking, is used mainly to correct and strengthen buildings that have settled, are leaning, or have been damaged. By lifting from the bottom, the building's stability improves, as adding a floor on top could overload the structure and cause it to tilt. Rollers placed underneath and jacks on the sides allow controlled movement if relocation is needed. Why raise a house instead of just adding another?
Ever wonder why your car insurance rate goes up even when you drive safe and have no tickets or accidents? What if I told you?
There was no baby, it was full of cats.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh my God.
If you're a small content creator,
These girls had no idea. Parents of children.
Was this guy the villain or the